Hey there, I'm Di, and today is my birthday. Another year older. When I say today, I don't mean today that I'm posting this video. I mean today that I'm actually filming this. Being that I'm another year older, I thought, maybe it's time to start doing some more mature, more grown-up art and craft. But nah, let's not do that. Today we are doing something that's fairly typical here on my channel, that's customising and makeovers. However, I've never customised a Squishmallow before. I've seen Squishmallow makeovers on TikTok and YouTube by various people, but the place I saw it first was over on Graveyard Loon's channel. So I'm going to credit him for this because he's the first one I saw do it. I've wanted to have a crack at this for ages. The Squishmallows in my local shop, they're pretty big, and I didn't want half a dozen giant toys crowding up my space. So I went online to see if I could find some smaller ones. Came across a pack of 6 at Kmart. They looked to be about the size of a Coke can. So I went down to my local store, looking in the Squishmallow section, couldn't find any. Then I was walking down the collectible aisle, just about to turn out and leave, and there they were. 2 packs left. And they were better than expected because they're tiny. But even better than that, the 2 packs they had left were ones that were not advertised on their website. And they are the Down Under squad. How freaking perfect is that? So let's take a closer look at the little gems. They're so tiny, look how small they are. We've got a Wombat, a little Koala, a Platypus, a very derpy looking crocodile, kangaroo. I like the little pouch. And then my favourite, the shark. Look how cute he is. They are pretty frigging cute, which actually makes me a little bit nervous because when you start with something that's already cute, you run the risk of making it uglier. Now the tags are a bit big for me, so I'm going to cut them off. But hey, they're my Squishmallows and I'll do as I like with them. Please don't come for me. I'm not going to get all 6 done, so time to decide who's going to get a makeover today. How about 3 of you? So, goodbye Platypus. Crocodile, you're gone for now. And kangaroo, sorry, but it's just not your day. That leaves us with Wombat, Koala, and the shark. Let us start with Baby Shark. No, not that song. I hate that song. Let's give you a name straight away so I never call you Baby Shark again. How about Bruce?
Name's Bruce.
With such a tough guy name, I think we need to toughen Bruce up a bit. Let's start with a little black leather vest. I've got some leftover material from when I made my son a toothless costume. The fabric looks kind of scaly. Not fish scale scaly. Would be a bit creepy if he were wearing the skin of a fish.
Fish are friends, not food.
So I trace around Bruce to give me a rough size, then sketch out a vest shape. Cut that out and place it over Bruce to see how we are going for size and shape. Decide I'm better off doing 1/2 of the vest. Then, with the help of washi tape, I make some adjustments to the pattern until I'm happy enough. Then trace that 1/2 onto more paper, fold it over and cut. That way both sides are the same shape. Then trace that onto the fabric and cut it out. I've decided to hand stitch the pieces together, but due to the fabric being quite thick for such a small garment, it makes it sit wrong. So I end up cutting those off and using tacky glue, which when dry has flex, so makes it good for joining fabric. I use some bobby pins to hold it in place while the glue dries. Thankfully, this glue dries pretty quickly. Now, I want to add some little details to the vest, and in order to keep it steady on Bruce, I need to pin it in place. That's right, sorry Bruce, just hold still a little minute. No need to squirm, I'm sure it won't hurt. Then another, and one more. Looking like a voodoo doll there, Bruce. I cut out some little pocket pieces and glue those on. And rummage through some old jewellery and find a broken necklace and use some of that to make a little chain running from the pocket to the back. Then out of polymer clay, cos clay to be specific, I make a couple of buckles and paint them silver. Very fiddly, but I can't think of a better way to do it. I place that on top of thin strips of the material and attach it on. Moving on to his little face, I want to give Bruce some eyebrows and a tattoo. Now Bruce here might want to look like a tough guy, but he really has a soft heart, so I give him a little blue heart tattoo. Lastly, I think a piercing would look good. So hold still, Bruce, while I shove this needle through your eyebrow. No, don't worry, I'm a professional. Then with pliers, I carefully attach a single chain link for the eyebrow ring. Very good, Bruce. You're a very brave boy. Now just to get him dressed. And he's all done. I like his new tough guy look. Here's the next victim. Don't be scared, Wombat. No piercings for you. For the Wombat, I want to make him into a little miner, so I'm going to make him a high-vis vest and a hard hat. But in order to keep the vest up, I'll have to make him some arms. I'm going to use felt, but I don't have any in the correct colour. So, using chalk pastels, I make up a colour as close to the Wombat as I can and brush it onto some white felt. Then cut them out. I use the vest pattern from Bruce's leather vest and trace it onto some fluoro yellow fabric. I got the idea of making him into a miner as wombats are very good digger. And if you have ever seen an area where a wombat lives, it really does look like a mini mine site. I've used some of the tacky glue to run around the edge of the fabric to stop it fraying. Then I use rainbow alcohol ink to make reflective stripes on the vest. While that dries, I start on his hard hat. And every good wombat miner's helmet starts with a toilet roll. Put it on his head, cut it down, cut some slots, shape it around, and bind with sticky tape. That gives me a decent enough shape to use as a guide for felting. Bet you didn't see that coming. Yep, I'm gonna felt him a hat. Using some felting supplies from a previous craft kit review, I get to felting some long yellow strips. Then cut and curve them in the same manner as the toilet roll hat. I wanted to felt it as I didn't want a hard material on a soft toy. I wanted him to stay nice and squishy. This damn little hat took hours as I've got no idea what I'm doing and I'm just winging it. It was really hard and ends up being bigger than I wanted, but I've already spent way too long on this hat, so close enough's good enough. Seems I got so distracted by the hat. The vest, which I was going to remove from the alfoil when it was still wet, has now completely dried onto the alfoil and it's a bugger to get off. On with the arms using tacky glue again. And then using some chalk pastels, I brush on a little beard. Lastly, I put on his vest and attach the helmet using more tacky glue. Oh, he looks so cute, but he needs a name. How about Digger? The last Squishmallow I'm going to give a makeover to is the Koala. Coming up with an idea for this little one was much more difficult. I was going to do a baby theme, but I already have Bub, the baby mushroom. Then I thought of an art koala, but I did Mab, the messy art bear, a few months ago. And with a lack of any good ideas, I go with a unicorn. Yep, a unicorn koala. Not weird at all. So our little koala will need a colourful rainbow mane, and to do that, I use some fluffy white fabric and colour it using chalk pastels. For the horn, I went hunting for some spare parts I cut off a unicorn squishy a few years ago, but I couldn't find the horn, only one wing. Oh well, I'll just fashion a horn out of a wing. Paint over it using fabric slick paint by Tulip and coat the whole thing in iridescent glitter. Now her body is looking a bit bare, but seems she won't get any clothing. I use fabric paint to paint on some little rainbow hearts to match her mane. Then some little eyelashes and white highlights in the eyes. Finally, some little glitter dots around her hearts. That should do it. All that's left to do is attach the horn and mane and give her fringe a little trim. And she's all done. She was the quickest, easiest and most unoriginal idea, but I think I might like her the most. She looks a bit weird. She just needs a name. Can you guys help me out, please? I'm really stuck for a name. Leave a comment down below if you would like to name my unicorn koala. And here are the final 3 makeovers from the Down Under squad. If you want to see me finish customising the Down Under squad, give this video a thumbs up and a comment if you wish. Well, that's all from me. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you next time.